Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Welcome Grove Homestead. We're having quite a busy morning here because Miss Mayhem had just kidded down in our house in the basement in our last video and came up to the barn in the morning. I'm exhausted, and Clover is in active labor, and so I don't know how close she is, but she is close. So we are watching her, and hopefully we'll catch her birth too. Oh, Clover. Goodness, Mama. Good girl, Clover. Just jealous couldn't let Mayhem have all the limelight? You rubbed all the hair off the top of your head, girl. She popped the bag. No kid yet. She's been more focused on cleaning up the contents. She needs to focus and push. She's like, look, there's a mess to clean up. Oh, there's a baby to be had. Oh, there's a hoof. Can't tell yet if it's a front or a back, but it looks like a front. It's a Bigfoot. Bigfoot. Good girl. Got all in my face. Alright. I know, Mom. I know. Yeah, the other foot's right there. Just making sure that it was there. And it felt like the nose was right there, too.
Are you gonna help her?
Let me see. No, that's nose. Not other foot. That's his face. That's why. Alright.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Mom. Baby's got teeth. Alright, where's the other foot, Mama? I know. I know. Good girl. Good girl.
It's not funny, Caleb.
Easy, I know. Come on, Mom, you gotta push. Baby's not out yet.
Oh, there's Hannah.
It's chocolate.
It's so cute. It's little ears.
Towel. There we go. And yes, it's a boy.
Dang it!
Jeez whiz.
Is there another one?
His little jaw was open and hooked. Oh,
You
dear.
want this?
His other foot was there, but his jaw was blocking the way.
Hannah's here.
And he's little. So there's got to be another one in there.
Does he have cancer in his umbilical cord? Oh, dude. Come on, Mama, push. Oh, it's going back in.
It's alright, it's just round. When she gets something of substance out, it'll stay out.
No, stay out.
Dude, push.
It's black.
Do that push
I
again.
saw it. It's black. I didn't see what it was, but I saw black.
Thought he was black.
Oh, he's cold.
Hi, Mom.
Some teeth.
Yeah. No, I don't see feet. You gonna need help with this one too?
Sideways, kind of.
Alright.
Come on.
Come on, Mom. Okay, here we go. There's a foot up here.
There it is.
Give me that foot.
Free.
Oh, this is two babies. This is another jaw.
2 and 1?
Oh, damn. This foot belongs to other baby on the side.
Oh my gosh.
That's what I think. Okay, Mom. Okay.
Hope it's not an 8-foot or 2 header.
I know, Mom, I know. I'm trying. Foot is back. Trying to get foot out. Okay. Here it comes. Good girl. Good girl.
So far, we got 5. No, so far we got 4. 5. And 5.
Snort it out.
That's a lot of lamachas.
Every single one is a boy.
They're all going for the same teeth.
All right, so I want to take a moment here to explain what happened when the camera got kind of left there and things got a little bit crazy. So Clover had some malpresentations, which means babies weren't quite positioned quite properly. The first baby, the brown one, he was mostly normal. He had a foot up here and he had a foot that was a little bit behind his head, but instead of having his nose up between his feet, he had his nose tucked down. So instead of him having kind of more of a angle to be streamlined and go out, he was tucked in more like so, and his mouth came open and his bottom teeth were hooking, felt like. So when I first went in, I was a little confused, like, what am I feeling? And figured out that his jaw was open, and that was why it felt a little weird, because usually they don't have their mouth open. They're usually pretty streamlined. But got him pulled out. He was pretty easy. But when things got really crazy was when we had the second two boys trying to come out at the same time. I noticed that there was a head that was in a sack, and there was a foot that was not in a sack. I thought that was a little weird. So I followed the foot and discovered that it did not belong to that head. So we had two babies in the birth canal at the same time trying to come out. This is a situation where she would not have been able to deliver them on her own. So I had to step in. I did so immediately because honestly, that is why I'm here. That is why I sit with all of my does. I don't notice they're in labor and go inside and come back, because there are moments that are going to matter. And that is one of those moments that matters. It could have been a lot worse if she had been pushing for a long time and baby started swelling and she started swelling. So it was really prudent to just get in there and deal with it quickly, because that's never going to resolve itself. And the one kid that had the head presenting, his feet were tucked back, like they were behind him. So I had to push the legs that were coming out back in to pull out the head that was presenting. And so pulled them out. They were fine. None the worse for the wear. It was very painful for poor Clover, though, because it's not fun to have something that's trying to come out be pushed back in. But she's doing really fine. I've been watching her. I have fairly slim hands. They're long and slim. So I'm able to navigate pretty well inside of a doe and not really do any damage. She didn't tear. She did really well with it. So we're going to watch her really closely and give her any supportive care that she needs. But for anybody who is interested in goats, who has goats, who's new to goats, even those who are experienced with goats, being present is the #1 way to prevent issues. I prefer to be there for every birth, not only because it's a magical thing to witness and it's, just a wonderful thing, the miracle of birth, but to be there in case I'm needed. And I was needed today for Clover. I wasn't 100% needed for Mayhem's delivery. She delivered her 2 bucklings fine in the last video. And I thought that I would rather be there and not be needed than not be there and be needed. So I'm really happy with how the day turned out. Pretty tired. I've showered. I've napped. I look a little fresher. But Maggie is going to be our next doe who's due. And I don't know that she's going to make it to her due date. She's softened up considerably. Her belly has dropped. So definitely keep our eyes open and make sure that we catch her when she's ready to have her babies. We can't wait to watch these little guys grow. It's slightly disappointing that we have gotten all boys so far, no girls, but we've gotten some really beautiful little boys, and we are still working on names for these guys, but because their mom is Clover, we are going to be going with plant-themed names. We have a few names that we are already considering. We're just going to make decisions on those tonight as a family. So, as always, this is your country nerd with a goat herd, saying that you can grow where you're planted.